All right.
Oh, I need to put my glasses back on.
Take two.
Gunk.
All right. Good, bad?
No, it was good. Some of the vehicles surprised me. Some of the ones that weren't there surprised me. Very, very happy that we had the new Honda NSX was here, and even the Audi R8 V10. So we had some of those high performance vehicles, which normally we don't, because Spokane isn't really a market for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Usually you'll see a butt ton of trucks, which there were quite a few. You'll see a lot of SUVs, a lot of crossovers, a lot of family vehicles. But we had the two Hellcats, the Charger and the Challenger. The two I mentioned before, NSX, Audi R8 V10, some Porsches, two Mustangs, actually, convertible, and hardtop.
God, those were nice.
Yeah.
It's all right. Top three then.
Top three vehicles. Oh, man. Number one's always going to be the Charger Hellcat, because I love that. I love that vehicle. It's silly. I want it. Number two, I really liked the Jaguar XE.
That was pretty
That
nice.
was very, very nice. And number three is the surprise, the new Honda Civic hatch.
Mm-hmm.
That was, wow.
Yeah, that hit us right as we went through the doors. Just BAM!
I mean, they had this, like, the color on it. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a gray blue.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty. But the whole package of it is just so nice. That's something I would drive every day, like, to commute. It's such a nice little car.
And like you were saying, it was funny how they had it right next to the sedan. So
they had it right next to the sedan, and the body styling on the hatch is so much better.
Yeah.
I mean, the sedan, the back end just looks so weird now. Because it's trying to be this... It's trying to look like a hatchback.
But it's, yeah, which...
I don't know. I like the hatchback a lot. And I'm just excited because that means we're getting the actual Type R. We've never had the Civic Type R. We're actually getting
that was such a nice car.
But other honorable mentions, they had the 50th anniversary Camaro.
Yeah.
Which I go back and forth on the Camaro. Some nice BMWs. Some nice Audis. The Dodge lineup. I loved the Dodge lineup.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, I think Dodge took it.
Yeah, I wish it was... Dodge should be the first thing you see when you walk in. Because they're so goofy. And they're just so... Like, we talked about this before. 3-row SUV, Dodge Durango. We can make this as efficient as we can, or throw a 6.4-liter V8 into it. I love that. And I mean, look at the Hellcats. 700 horsepower for no reason other than because it's a great time to be a car enthusiast. It was a good show. It was a very, very good show. But some of the ones that were missing, some of the Cadillacs. The Cadillacs, we had a couple Escalades. I don't even remember, but we didn't have a CTS. We didn't have an ATS, which I'm kind of surprised we didn't have those two. The Ford truck lineup, there was only two trucks, I believe. A F-250, no, there were three. F-250 and two of the exact same F-150s.
250 was gorgeous.
250 was gorgeous. They had a Focus ST, but not an RS. They didn't even have a Fiesta, which really, really surprises me. They did have a Taurus, did have a Fusion. They had a Lincoln Continental, which I was really happy to see that. Because that's like a flagship name.
Yeah.
And with Lincoln, they've been so forgettable in recent years because they take Fords and they just make them a little more luxurious. The Continental is its own vehicle, like in terms of where the lineup is. Like they probably share parts with other Fords and other Lincolns, but it's its own, and it actually has a name instead of this alphanumeric bullshit that luxury vehicles use.
Yeah, what the fuck is that all about?
I don't know. And which works, I guess, but I don't know. I liked the Continental. I thought it looked good. The GMC Denali, the Yukon Denali.
Oh, yeah.
I like that a lot. You liked the Suburban a lot.
I did. Because I drive one now, but...
To be fair.
But, I mean, even still, like, I loved it.
That was
loved
nice. It was white with a chocolate brown interior.
Yeah.
And that was nice. The Denali, I would have gotten a different color. And in all fairness, I drive a Yukon now.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I would have gotten a different color. It was the kind of beige with beige interior. I'd get probably white. Probably black, actually. I don't know. But what would... Let's switch over.
Oh, shit. Well, let me get my shades on here. All right.
What did you think of the auto show?
First of all, how's the beard look?
You got a lot of sun, so it looks good.
Oh, yeah. Like Poseidon?
Sure.
Yeah. I actually I really loved the Hellcat Charger. That was just,
Yes.
I could see why you love it,
Yes.
because that thing was amazing. The Civic hatchback, like just like we said, as soon as you walked in, it just right in your face, like here I am. I was like, holy crap.
It was just surprising.
Yeah,
it's a Civic.
Exactly, yeah. And I've never been like, oh yeah, that's a Civic, that's good. But that one, I was like, whoa, that's a Civic? Like, it's awesome. Like you said, I love that Suburban. I love that Suburban. But like I said, I drive a Suburban, and I fell in love the moment I bought it. It's an older one, but I fell in love when I got it. So when I saw this, and I sat in it, it just felt homely, and it felt just perfect.
Yes.
Kind of like how I mentioned while we were inside. Like you like the shiny,
Clean.
shiny and clean,
Yes.
whereas I like rugged, dirty, and
Yes.
destruction. So
Yes.
it's kind of funny how you and I are completely opposite when it comes to vehicles, but that's what got to me was that Suburban. I also love that 250 though.
Well, you liked that Jeep, the Wrangler that was in the Rubicon.
Yeah. I've always like had a thing for Jeeps.
Yes.
That Rubicon looked pretty sweet.
Yes.
I didn't get to sit in it because there are people looking at us, but that's cool. What else? I drooled and had to think of old nuns and stuff looking at that NSX because that was.
Oh, dude, it's.
Oh.
I mean, you don't even have to be a Honda fan or a car fan to appreciate the styling on it.
Exactly, yeah. And gosh, what else? There were so many good rigs in there. That Jaguar was awesome.
Yeah.
That Mustang was.
Yes.
Oh,
Both of them.
Yeah.
They had I want to say orange red for one of them.
Yep, and the other one was
blue.
Yeah.
Blue convertible.
The blue one. I like the blue one, truthfully, but I like blue. So.
Yeah, well, I do too. I liked the interior on the coupe because it had the Recaro Racing.
Yeah,
seats.
yeah.
I would actually go for the convertible though. I really would. Because I've never had. I had T-tops on my Camaro,
Which
which isn't exactly convertible, but I love having the open air. And again, in a small muscle car like that, visibility is always kind of an issue, especially on the Camaro.
Yeah.
As soon as you take the top off.
Camaro, yeah, that. Like, it's cool looking on the outside. You're like, oh, it's a Camaro. That's so cute. But yeah, the moment you sit in it, your visibility goes from this to this.
Yeah.
And you just have just a sliver of seeing, and it. I don't think I could get over that on the road. I like being able. That's one reason why I love my Suburban so much, because you have pretty much 360 visibility.
Yeah.
Just maybe one or two small blind spots, but I like being able to see everything around me. I have control issues, so being able to have that. Okay, I know what's around me. In that Camaro, you really can't. You just have like that much sight, and I can't.
The door comes up really high. The windshield isn't that big, and your instrument cluster, it sticks up so high.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of space where a windshield would be, and once again, if I can't see, then I'm not comfortable on the road. I don't like it.
Totally with that.
So that was my big thing with the Camaro, but it looked gorgeous on the outside, and I'm sure people love it, but I prefer, if I had to pick, I'd prefer the Mustang over it, or the Hellcat. Oh my god!
It all, I mean, because it's all just. Wow, really? Who is it?
I have no clue.
Ignore it. It all just comes down to preference.
Yeah.
Because they're all fantastic in their own way. Like the Mustang. Here.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's get him back on camera.
The Mustang to me has the best interior. I'm just talking about the three muscle cars right now. The Charger, or not the Charger, the Challenger, the Mustang, and the Camaro. The Camaro, probably in terms of overall, if you're just going to take it to the track, the Camaro SS is probably, they're good. The Challenger is probably the worst of the three. But the Camaro, like, you get that small block Chevy up front, the instant torque of that V8 is just fantastic. But like we said, the visibility is kind of awful compared to, you get in the Challenger, and because the Challenger is based on a four-door platform, I mean, you still have practicality. So like a usable back seat, decent sized trunk, and visibility is actually pretty good. Granted, it has a massive hood, so going out front is huge. But I mean, the window is actually at a good level. You're not sitting here, like the Camaro's window is like here, the side window, so you can't really put your arm here. It just, it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you want a two-door, and those are your three cars you're looking at, it really just comes down to preference and need.
Yep, exactly.
I personally, I love them all. I really do. So it's really hard for me to decide.
I don't even care.
You have two phones.
Yep.
But, I mean, it's just, really all of automotive. It just comes down to your preference, because you're gonna get a good car nowadays really anywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like in the old days when you'd get I don't mean to pick on a specific brand, but a Kia or a Hyundai from like the 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, God.
They weren't very good. Nowadays, they're really good. So it just comes down to really what you're actually wanting in a vehicle. And there's a lot of options out there nowadays.
Yep.
So it was a good auto show. If you get a chance this weekend, it's going through Sunday. It's out at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks for bringing me along. And
thanks for coming.
yeah, we need to think of a sign-off.
One that isn't offensive?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that.
This is your, well, I mean, it's your automotive section, so you can do whatever the
man.
hell you want.
Shit. Don't drive like a jackass all the time.
All right.
Which, okay.
All right, that works for me.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.